Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. In this video, we are looking at the NFL picks for Tuesday. We have a two-game slate today, a lot of football the last couple of days. Let's get into it. As always, hit the like button if you enjoy the videos. Appreciate it if you guys also subscribe if you haven't already. You can follow me on Twitter, on the website. All that stuff is in the description. Prize pick stuff, all that is down below. Looking at the quarterback plays tonight, really looking at three options: Stafford, Hurts, Wilson. You might in big tournaments put like 1 or 2% on Minshew just in case Hurts doesn't play well. There's a chance they will go to Minshew if Hurts is struggling and they're down, but that would be like a 1%er in like 150 lineups. And then like Kyle Allen looks like he probably will be able to be cleared, but I'm still not going to be looking to play him, even though he is cheap. If he is able to suit up, if not, then I don't know who's going to be the quarterback. I guess Gilbert, but definitely don't want to play him. But Hurts still gives you that rushing upside, so I still think he's a great play at the top end. But it's tough to pass up on Matthew Stafford at only $200 more. Going up against a poor Seattle defense, or giving up the most yards in the league to quarterbacks, 278 yards passing per game. They have been good at limiting teams to get into the end zone, but they're giving up a ton of total yards. The worst team in the league, giving up total yards. Somehow they're making some stands in the red zone, but against a powerful offense like the Rams, I don't think that will sustain. For running backs, Gibson at the top end. We have Henderson at only 55. Michelle is now more expensive than Henderson, although Henderson probably will be looking to retake his share of the backfield snaps. He was almost the exclusive running back at the beginning of the year, and then since he's been hurt, Michelle's been the exclusive running back, and he's been fine. It hasn't been like spectacular. 4 yards per rush, 5 yards per rush. I still think he'll get mixed in, but I'm not going to pay 58 for Michelle now that he's going to go back to being a backup. One guy that I do like, even though the matchup is kind of tough here, is Rashad Penny, who kind of showed off some of his explosiveness. 2 big runs last week against Houston. I know it's not very difficult to go off against a Houston defense, but we still saw some good things. They don't have Alex Collins, who I don't know if he'll get cleared or not, but even if he is cleared, he hasn't done anything. 2.3 yards, 2 yards, 3.6. He's not going to be looking to get a ton of touches anymore. It's really Penny's backfield, and we might be looking at somewhat of a time split if Michelle gets worked in with Henderson. So Penny, even in a tough matchup, I think he looks solid. But yeah, Miles Sanders going up against Washington at 57. He's also been a lot better since he's been back. He still has yet to get into the end zone. It is insane that we are into week 15, and Miles Sanders has 0 touchdowns on the year, and he has touched the ball like 135 times, if I did that math quickly. 135 times, and he has 0 touchdowns. That is insane. Hopefully that changes. The Washington football team gets burned in the passing game, but some of these teams are good against the rush, but you only have a couple of options, so you're going to have to take some running backs in tough matchups here. McKissick is still out, so it's going to be Gibson's work out of the backfield, although he got benched after he fumbled the football. The Philadelphia has been middle of the pack against the rush, but I still would side with Gibson as the favorite running back out of this group. You can play 3 running backs if you wanted to. Then you have Jordan Howard at the bottom, just with some upside that he gives you. They like to really pound the run, so he gives you some upside there, but also Boston Scott is mixed in. But he was getting a lot, like Scott and Howard are getting a lot of work without Miles Sanders. Howard didn't even get into the game last time out, but I still think there's a chance he gets worked in when they're inside the goal line. But really, it's Gibson, Miles Sanders, Penny, and Henderson are the 4 that I'm considering. Right now I'm going with Henderson, 55. He just gets a great matchup against the Seahawks. I'm not too worried about a split, and Seattle's been one of the worst teams in the league against running backs. So a guy like Henderson catch some passes, get you 15 carries, maybe close to 20 touches. Some big touchdown upside as well. Wide receiver, Tyler Lockett is questionable. I don't know if he's been ruled out yet. We haven't gotten updates on some of these guys. But if he isn't able to play, then you definitely want to go to DK Metcalf, although he will have a tough matchup against Ramsey. I like Devonta Smith going up against this Washington football team. He still is their leading receiver, although he hasn't been targeted like one because they don't throw the football a lot. But in this one, Washington is very good against the rush. I expect more passing. And Smith, 58, looks like a very solid play. Odell Beckham's also been really emerging. He's only $4,900. He looks like a great play as well in the mid-range. You can maybe take some shots on like Van Jefferson as well, but I like Beckham as a safer play. I think Jefferson gives you bigger play upside, like a 60, 70-yard just pass play can just break. And then Cooper Kupp, going to be very easy to get to him. We do have some value at running back, some value at tight end. So Cooper Kupp, Smith, Beckham, double stack with Stafford looks like probably one of the best placed or best approaches on the slate. And then we have Goddard at 49 at tight end. He had a huge week with Minshew. He hasn't had the same connection with Jalen Hurts. For a cheap tight ends here, see if Ricky Seals-Jones. He's questionable. If there's no Seals-Jones, you can look to Bates, who will get a ton of the work. He'll get like all the tight end snaps if they don't have Seals-Jones because Logan Thomas is done for the year. And the only other guy you can kind of look to, Higbee. I don't know if he'll play. If he's not able to play, then you have like Blanton, but they'll probably just use more of Beckham and Kupp and Van Jefferson. For the flex, maybe look to like Penny if you wanted to. Van Jefferson, they look like good plays at the. If you wanted to go to like a punt play here, you can maybe go with like Everett. You have Swain here. You also have like Cam Sims and Jalen Reagor, although he hasn't been targeted much, and the times that he is targeted, he happens to drop the football. And defense-wise, the Rams look great. The Eagles also look excellent going up against like Kyle Allen, potentially, or if it's not Kyle Allen, whoever, like Gilbert as a backup. If you needed to save money, you can go with the Washington football team, but I really wouldn't play the Seattle Seahawks at all. Defensively, the Rams should put up the most points out of these four teams. So that's it for the first kind of initial look at the two-game slate for today for DraftKings. Let's take a look at FanDuel. All right, for FanDuel, quarterback position, they've kind of priced it more appropriately. Stafford is 85, then Hurts is 82, then Wilson. So I like Stafford, then probably Hurts, then Wilson. Not going to be looking at the Washington quarterback at all. I'm going to go with Stafford on both sides. Running back, still like Gibson, then Henderson, Sanders, and Penny look like the other two guys I'm considering. And that's basically it. You can get sneaky with some of these backups and hope that they get into the end zone. But in terms of like a cash build, you already have the four that you're looking to, or maybe even three. But give me Gibson and probably Henderson, just because he gives you a lot of touchdown upside compared to like Sanders. Wide receiver, still would like to get up to Cooper Kupp. Some decent value picks with like Beckham and Devonta Smith is 6,000. So if you plug in those three, still at wide receiver, you're left with 5,000 left, which is still a good amount because you can go with like $5,100 Everett, $4,500 Bates if there's no Seals-Jones, and take a shot with like Disley. Defenses, the Rams look the best at 45. The Eagles also look good at 48, and then you can take a shot on Washington at 39. And for the flex, maybe look to like a running back like Penny here, or you can play back like a tight end, do a double stack at tight end if you needed to. But even if you plug in like $6,400 in your flex, you have $4,350. You can still make it work depending on what tight end you use. But that's about it. I'm definitely going to be looking to Kupp and Beckham to pair with Matthew Stafford today. That the Rams are the best stack of the four that I'm looking at. So that's about it for the video. Just a little quick two-gamer. It's always good to be different on a two-gamer. Maybe if you're looking for like, if you're trying to place at the top of tournaments. In cash games, just use all your salary. But tournaments, you can save some money, keep some money on the table. You got to be a little bit different if you're playing in like thousands and thousands of entries in tournaments. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Best of luck tonight, and I will see you all next time.